Good afternoon, Mr. Lee Zhu-Yang, Chairman of SUTD's Board of Trustees, members of the Board of Trustees, Professor Chong Tao Chong, President of SUTD, distinguished guests, faculty, and fellow graduates. Today is the last day of being an undergraduate, and this is huge, because we have successfully completed the coveted university education. But today also marks the end of perhaps the most predictable part of our lives. From tomorrow onwards, there will no longer be a course map, nor a module list in which we can decide what to complain about for the next 14 weeks. If we waited for that 14 weeks, a holiday will not come. So the future has never been more uncertain for us, but it's going to start tomorrow. However, I stand here confident that our time here at SUTD has equipped us with what it takes to deal with these uncertainties. And my speech today aims to explain why. For starters, at SUTD, we deal with uncertainty all the time. On Sunday nights, we're not sure whether we'll be able to get a laser cutting slot the next morning. And on Monday morning, we're not sure if a fire alarm will sound this week. Wait, sorry, wrong list. This is supposed to be on a certain list. Jokes aside, it is the many projects that we do at SUTD that hones our skills to deal with these uncertainties. Take Term 5, for example. We EPD students were tasked to build soft robots, while ASD students were tasked to build wooden towers. These topics were never done before in the history of SUTD. And this means that we have no examples from seniors to take reference from, neither do we have a benchmark to know just how good is good enough. I cannot really remember what was being said during the brief, but I can clearly remember how I felt. I felt scared and lost because there was no path in front of me linking my current state to the end state of creating a soft robot. But while we were lost, we were not unprepared. Through the terms at SUTD, we learned how to critically analyze a problem, look at it from both the technical and non-technical manners like humanities through HAS, and develop solutions, but all the while treating knowledge as an ever-expanding entity. Never static, always dynamic, always learning. Sounds cool? But the process was far from easy. Through that term, I recall more hours spent stirring silicon at Silicon Valley than my daily cup of teh C kosong. After 14 weeks of struggling and many sleepless nights, we managed to navigate the unknown and create a path. No, multiple paths where there were none. And in the end, what started as a scary unknown morphed into multiple creations that were beyond anything we could have ever imagined just 14 weeks ago. In the words of an ASD friend upon completing her tower, she said, "We thought we only reached 3 meters, but we went up all the way to 6 meters high. We all felt like brave kids after that." Through these projects at SUTD, we learned not only to convert book knowledge to working prototypes, but also gain much confidence in our ability to take on the unknown and how to engage in independent learning. So to the unknown future, I say bring it on. Of course, our ability to tackle the unknown did not result from individual struggles. A popular saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, then jio a friend with a car. The next thing that I would like to talk about is therefore the don't say bo jio, or DSBJ culture. The term DSBJ is not unique to SUTD, although the origins are up for debate, and the debate goes on in Battle by Memes and in Changi College, if you want to go and see. It is generally used as a hashtag when we start alerting each other of the latest buffet meal we can ethically pillage. But I believe DSBJ in SUTD means so much more. It also encompasses how, as a community, we have learned to share unselfishly. The prisoner's dilemma just doesn't exist here. At SUTD, all work is group work, including problem sets. We found that if we pooled our resources together, we could more quickly understand and finish the assignments. But of course, disclaimer to all professors, plagiarism never occurred, and I always sign my honor code. My most memorable moment in SUTD will be the night our EPD cohort spent together completing our 2D line following robot. Within that 24 hours, we are supposed to complete that robot. We helped each other debug codes, shared our electronics, many times from our own personal stashes. And most importantly, we just stayed with each other together as a cohort till the sun rose up again the next morning. Truly staying up till dawn. Help did not come only in the form of another student. Often, when we are stuck with questions from our class or projects, seeking help from professors is always a trusted option. I have more than once gotten an email reply from Prof. Ti Hui at 4 o'clock in the morning, just half an hour after we've sent the email. But Prof. Ti Hui is just one example of the many dedicated faculties we students are blessed to have. I would therefore like to take this opportunity to ask for a round of applause from us students to thank you, our faculty and staff, for being the people we need but don't deserve. Today, we graduate as the 5th batch of SUTD students. While 4 batches of students have graduated before us, SUTD remains a relatively young school. It may not offer a long history, nor a high world ranking yet, but SUTD to me offers a fresh page, and a chance to reimagine the way engineering and architecture are being taught in the world today. The fact that we gather here today also means that every one of us here decided against convention to join this school. Because firstly, we are idealistic enough to believe that change is possible, but more importantly, we are pioneering enough to take that step to be the change. But while we pat ourselves and think, oh, we are very happy and we are really brave in our choices, even braver still are our parents. Thank you, moms and dads, for giving us your unconditional support and having faith in us that this is the right place to be. If the world is a jigsaw puzzle, then a piece in the shape of an SUTD graduate would most probably not exist. And it would be expected. We are an experiment of what a future engineer or architect should look like, and as we all move on and find jobs or create them, we will find ourselves in situations where we will have to explain ourselves and our methods. This might result in discouragement and might tempt us to change our shape to fit pre-existing modules. But please do not, because giving in to convention is not why we came to SUTD. When Elon Musk first proposed the idea of mass-producing electric cars, nobody believed him. The other car manufacturers all laughed at him. But today, the whole automotive industry is racing to build their own electric cars. 3.5 years ago, we came in idealistic, excited to receive a different type of university education. Through that 3.5 years, we have grown to be resourceful, comfortable with uncertainty, and with a natural tendency towards collaboration, channeling through the DSBJ spirit, all while having the ability to conduct ourselves well in the presentation. As long as we remember that from now on, we can't wear pajamas doing so. After everything, tomorrow remains an unknown. But looking at this class, I have no doubt that together, we will create the SUTD shape, and we will be nothing short of change makers. Thank you.